So we just finished up the router table video. Girlfriend just left, and I'm looking to surprise her. She had mentioned a while back that one of the boys could really use a place to put all his hats. So I'm gonna see if I can do that now. Hats are roughly 6 inches wide by 6 inches tall and 11.5 inches deep. So here's what I've quickly come up with so far. I still have to double check all the measurements, but I have made a quick cut list. So I've got all the pieces cut. I did notice the plywood was slightly bent. That might cause a problem in the future. But yeah, it's going pretty well. I hope they like it. So what I need to do now is mark out where all the spacer pieces are gonna go. So I'm just waiting for this to dry. I only have an hour left before the girlfriend gets home. I'm not sure what to do. I'm gonna see if she'll pick up some stuff and give me a little bit more time. Yeah, I'm gonna race as best I can. Okay, now that it actually worked out pretty good. I didn't have any blowouts. So now I can get started again because the nails can hold it together. So now I just need to insert all these divider pieces. I'm a little worried because they're a little warped. Might not look the greatest. That's what I have to work with, so that's what I'm using. So I've always found the best way to measure is not to measure at all, to use a template piece if you have them. Sometimes I'll even cut out a template, but I've never done a project like this before. So this is new to me, but it seems to be working so far. Keep in mind, I'm just an amateur woodworker. Never really had the opportunity or the tools to do this before, but so far I'm really enjoying it. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna throw some clamps on this now. Hopefully I don't have any blowouts doing this. It's very thin material for such a long nail. Yeah, that looks good. Do the next one. And then we'll flip it over and do the other side. So I finished the bottom, tacked everything up. Now I just need to do the top row. I might have to do pocket holes or something to adhere the slots in the top row. I have no way to adhere them. They might not be visible if I hang it off a wall, so it might be okay, or I'll just have to fill them the best I can. Tell you this much, I definitely prefer working with a girlfriend. She's massive help for situations like this. I'm at a loss as to what to do to adhere these to these from this side. The top, I'm gonna lay the top piece on, do the exact same I did here, but I have no way to adhere it properly there. Maybe I don't even have to, maybe just a little bit of glue, but I just don't like that. So yeah, just gonna do up some pocket holes. Not a fan, but I don't really have a choice if I want it to be sturdy. And since this is for a teenage boy, probably needs to be sturdy. Okay, pocket holes are in. This is only 1/2 inch, so I'm using a 1-inch screw, and I've already tested it. It seems to work okay as long as we don't go too far with it. Should probably be adding glue, but those should be good enough with the stuff going on top as well. And by doing it this way, I'm taking out the warps, which is kind of nice. Okay, one more. And then we can put the top on and then just the back and we're done. I don't know how much time I have left. If I had to guess, it's like 10-15 minutes, so I'm kind of rushing. Love to get this mostly done. I still would have to put the trim on, but at least it would look like what it's supposed to and she would understand what it is. Okay, it looks like I have about 15 minutes or so if she doesn't make any stops. Makes a stop, and I have enough time to trim. Let's see how this fits. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. That's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, just add some glue, tack it, done. Hey, you guys see what's going on? Kind of, not very well. Not better? Much. Yeah, let's change the angle up here. There you go. So I've got most of it done. I just need the back. Unfortunately, I did have 2 blowouts. It's my own fault as I wasn't paying attention. I didn't have it properly lined up. Hoping I can figure out a way to fix that without it being very obvious. Yeah, so just attach the back now and then call her quits. I'm gonna see about taking those out now and then use this as the back. So it's all done. I'm trying to decide how to capture her natural reaction. I'm thinking just setting a tripod up and just having it finished in where she hopefully comes in, and yeah, she reacts. I just got a call from her. She said she'll be home right away. So I'm gonna leave it recording, probably hear her car pull in.
Oh, that's awesome.
What do you think?
That looks so good. That's awesome, babe.
You
Just
like
like
it?
whip that up.
The girlfriend loved it, as you saw. So yeah, let's finish it up now and do all the finishing touches. I am gonna screw in the back just so it holds extra weight in case I do wall mount it. So I made a mistake. For the last 20 minutes I've been working, thought I was recording, I wasn't. What I've done so far is pre-drilled and countersunk some holes for the screws for the back, just for some extra holding power, because I might wall mount this. Tacks and some glue just won't be enough. So yeah, now I hit the record button. Sorry about that. I'm just gonna screw it all in. Okay, that's all screwed in place now. I'm gonna test out some finishes, some stains, see what I like, and I'm just gonna do it on the back because no one will ever see the back. It's hard to tell on camera, the colors do not match, and it's evening now, so the sun's starting to go down. Yeah, I think the dark walnut is what we're gonna go with. So I need to do some sanding and then strip up some pieces of trim, and then we'll stain this. I might sand then stain then do the trim, because I think I'm gonna do the trim in a lighter stain. All right. Okay, just gonna give this a quick light sanding. I have 240 grit on here, and yeah. So one thing to pay attention to is that you don't over sand with plywood. You can take the veneer off. It's just the top layer that looks good. After that, it's just normal wood. If you have solid wood, you don't have to worry about that. I forgot a step. I need to fill in all these holes before I sand, so I'm gonna do that now. So I'm gonna cut 1/2-inch strips off of this solid wood. I don't have any fancy kind of wood. I'm pretty sure it's just pine. Use whatever you'd like. You don't even have to use trim. You can use edge banding, which I'm contemplating doing. The problem is the staining. It won't match at all. So one thing I'm realizing after today is that an outfeed table is extremely important. That will be the next thing I build. It's just been too difficult. I have a lot of projects coming up that involve plywood, so definitely need an outfeed table. Don't know how that's gonna turn out, but that'll probably be the next one. So I've got the trim pieces all cut out. The wood filler's dry, so I'm gonna sand, stain, and then apply the trim. We'll call her a day. So it's all sanded now. Time for the staining. I don't know how well it's gonna go. I've never stained plywood before, and there's a lot of wood filler and some glue, so we'll see how that turns out. So the staining's all done, turned out pretty good. It's a little darker on camera than it is in person. There is some obvious blemishes from the glue and wood filler. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. All I have left now is put the trim on. I'm not gonna stain that to give it some contrast. Okay, I'm gonna do this nice and easy. Just basically, again, best measurements is not measuring. So I'm just gonna line everything up, mark it with the pencil, and do that over and over again, and just cut them. So basically all done, just waiting for the little pieces of trim to dry. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I learned a lot, made a lot of mistakes, found out a few things. The things I learned on this are, I definitely need like a small Bradley nailer or something, just something with a little, just something to basically tack things in place. Usually the nail gun that I have now is just way too long. Don't use wood filler if you plan on staining. It shows up very much so. Pocket holes would have been much better in this situation. You can barely even tell they're there. Be more careful with your glue up, and yeah, not too bad for my first time doing something like this. Overall, I'm pretty happy. I'll make it look pretty, and yeah, here's the final result.